Hello, hello. It's time for Fishing Friends. What's up, everybody? This is Fishing Friends with Danny and Gina. I'm Danny,
I'm Gina.
and here's Tundra.
Tundra.
Oh my goodness. How's everybody going? How doing? I don't know. Whatever. Words.
How's it going? I think you try to say how's it going and how's everyone doing at the same
Exactly.
time.
Right? Man, that was a nice auction that was going on Skipper's Aquariums.
I missed it.
Yeah.
I was a lame-o. I got stuck on TikTok doom
Oh well.
scrolling.
It happens. Yeah.
I found some funny ones though.
Nice.
I learned that apparently I haven't checked mine yet, but apparently there's a secret door to your bathtub. If you have a bathtub with like a tub faucet with a faucet, there's like a secret door on the opposite side of that wall so you can access like the shutoffs and stuff. There should be like a little panel that you should be able to remove. I haven't checked in mine yet, but apparently it's a thing. I learned that on TikTok today.
I probably have that somewhere in my kitchen area.
It's only gonna be like this big. It doesn't take much.
Interesting.
It's from that guy who goes, things I wish I had known before I was 30. that guy.
Gotcha. Well, we got Sunfish for Fish here. We got Whip's World here. We got James H. and Lady Rorschach, Mark Sterlson and Al Wet Socks, and Craig's Catfish Cave, and Linda Worth. And looks like everybody is pretty much tuning in on the Gina side. People seem to be getting the notifications for her a lot more.
Don't forget to go over to at least jump over to Danny's one and give his video some love.
Yeah, of course. And but it's great that y'all are tuning in. I think the main thing is Gina has been posting some fantastic shorts of the store. All these different videos of like a mantis shrimp eating a bristleworm and stuff, and
that was an arrow crab.
Arrow crab.
Arrow crab.
Whatever. I don't know all the different names.
It's okay. No, it's okay.
I knew you were gonna correct me. I was just say something and she'll correct you.
It's okay. It's okay. I won't be mean about it though.
No, I was hoping you would, because it's like seriously, I'm just like, just say something and she'll correct it.
No. It's all good.
Yep.
I haven't been lately. I need to. It's because I've been so focused. My boss gave me trouble for not posting on the Works Facebook page too much. So that's what my focus has been on. I'm still slacking though. I'm still slacking on. I only post like 2 to 3 times a week, and he wants me to do it every day. So,
I mean, you do what you can do.
Yeah.
You got your own channel and stuff, so you can't just be constantly thinking about all that different stuff.
It's hard.
I haven't forgotten that email to you about the theme song. I haven't drafted, and I'm trying to finish it. Life just keeps getting in the way. Thank you. And I realized with the layout that I have, it didn't automatically move us up for that chat thing. I wonder if I... Where can I don't know. I guess I can't.
Shifting the boxes? Is that what you're talking about?
So I have this layout, but I shifted us down so I can show the Fishing Friends. But yeah, when I do that and I pull the chat up, it doesn't move us up.
And you got a blue mustache.
It's me, Blue Mario.
Matt, shut up.
Be a good girl.
No. Haven't you noticed yet? I'm a brat.
Yep. Richard Reynolds is here, and Liquid Zoo OnlyFins is here. Great to see everybody. I'm not sure about all around the rest of the world and the United States and stuff like that, but we had a very interesting day as far as the weather goes here in St. Louis. I was gonna try and wake up at a decent time and like mow my lawn and get a little bit of work done in like the garden area before the rain came. But I woke up on my couch at like 4 a.m. after doom scrolling on YouTube and stuff like that. And then I was like, I went to bed and I woke up and it was already raining at like, 10 a.m. and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kind of went back to bed and all that until like 11. And, but then like the crazy storms like really kicked in later. Uh, I was like watching out my back door and stuff. The wind was insane. The,
Yeah,
our tornado or like severe thunderstorm sirens were going off and stuff
they went
like
off twice.
yeah. And yeah, I actually saw like a huge gust of wind come where I could see like this wall of rain rush towards my house. And
Mm-hmm.
when that happened, I heard a really, really loud bang and a massive branch fell on my house.
Oh.
Um, Luckily, it doesn't look like there's damage, but check this out.
Oh, jeez.
So it came down, it landed on my brother's truck too.
Oh no.
So it doesn't seem to be like any damage on his truck, mostly just like limbs and stuff like that. I think most of the loud bang that I really heard was this trash can slamming down onto,
Yeah.
but yeah, it definitely like hit the top of my house and was pretty loud, but it doesn't, even looking at the picture, it doesn't look like there's any damage, even on my fence. Like I got incredibly lucky, even though the massive branch fell. So
Mm-hmm.
hopefully when I like go out tomorrow and stuff to like check it out, like, hopefully I can actually get it off of my house.
Do you need
And
help? I say we're off tomorrow and we went grocery shopping Thursday, so after we have breakfast, we can swing by and help. We have a chainsaw.
oh shit, hell yeah.
Okay, I'll talk to Nathan. He's probably listening. He's probably like, "Stop volunteering us for shit." um, but no, if you need help,
Because yeah,
let
I
me
don't
know.
have a chainsaw and I'm not He-Man,
Yeah,
so all
yeah, let
I
me know.
have is an axe.
Oh, that's not gonna do it.
It's a
You'll be
very
there all
nice
day.
double-bladed battle axe, but
They'll be
yeah,
there all day.
yeah. I mean, I have some pretty sweet neighbors, but they're like my parents' age. I don't want to be
Yeah,
asking these, like 50, 60-year-old people to, hey, can you help me, pull this limb off my house?
right. Yeah, let me know. I
And
can
my other
gather up some
neighbors,
friends too.
I haven't even introduced myself to my other neighbors because they're like rental people. So who
Yeah,
knows how long they're going to be there anyway.
right. I was gonna say something now. I don't remember.
Plushy Aquatics is here.
Oh yeah, so the
Great
first
to
round of
see you,
storms.
Christopher Medeiros. And Cora Works and Amisa. That's a new name for me. Hello,
Oh, I've seen
Amisa.
her around.
Crown
Yeah.
Tail Half Moon.
Yeah, so the storms by my work hit probably about 10:30, 10:45 this morning. The store opens at 10 on Saturday. So I got to work fine. And then yeah, it got real dark. It got real dark. Um and
This
then so that
it
kept
kind of
most
had
of the
like
people
that
away.
that kind of greenish sort
It
of
did.
tinge to the sky, which is normally like that. Like that's like that tornado sky.
Yeah. It kept most of the customers away, but as soon as it blew over, like that's when we just got slammed with customers. Um
Oh yeah, I bet.
and then yeah, I actually got off early because Nathan was going out with his guy friends for dinner tonight. They wanted to have a guys' night. Um so they went out to Cyberg's, um out in Creve Coeur, and or not Creve Coeur. Uh
Westport, Maryland Heights.
Dorset.
Yeah, Maryland
Yeah.
Heights.
Maryland
Yeah.
Heights. Yep, that's it. Um and so I was home alone with Kane when those tornado sirens were going off.
Oh
And the
man.
first one goes off, and I'm just like, it's like a warning. It's fine. It'll be fine. And then the second one, and I look outside, and like you said, like all the wind was going. I was like, nope. So I had to carry Kane into the basement.
Man.
I hung out down there for like 20 minutes, and I came back up to peak, and I'm like, okay, it's all the tornado warning, or yeah, warning had turned into a severe thunderstorm. So I was like, all right, time to go back up. So I had to carry him back upstairs. He's 75 pounds.
Yeah.
So it was just like, freaking Nathan, stupid boys night, freaking carrying him.
Yeah.
um,
Well, man, I don't even have a basement, so
oh,
if the weather was still going to be bad during the live stream, I was just going to be like, if this is my end and the stream ends or whatever, just
right.
wait 30 minutes, and if I don't come back, then
Yeah, if it was still going, I'd be streaming through my phone, but the storm's over now, so I'm on the computer.
yeah,
But
right.
Gina, stickers. Okay, the thing with the stickers, I have round two made. It's just every time I remember to put them on my counter at work because I prefer the mailman at my work rather than my house home mail person. He's been on vacation, so it's been these really shitty people that keep coming super late. And they don't like check the counter. They just come in and drop the mail and then they leave. And I'm like, there's a stack of envelopes right there. Take it. So I'm waiting for my normal mail guy at work to come back because he's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're made. There's the mail person won't take them.
We have Boost Cats here.
Boost cats.
Wait a minute. Is that Boots Cats, or is
I
this
think
a different
so.
person? If it's Boots Cats, I like the name change to Boost Cats because it's like
And I
awesome.
th- and I
But if
think
it's not
Coro.
Boots Cats, then I still like your name. But where's Boots Cats?
I think Coro also has like a second like play on words. I was convinced you somehow had the wrong address. No, I have round two of stickers coming out, so Matt's waiting for his. Who else? I can just look in my docs notebook. We'll call it.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
there's Coro Works and there's like
Chrono Rex or
Chrono
something.
Rex. Yeah,
Yeah. Linda Worth. I have Debs. Oh, Debs. I have to actually go to the post office because she's in the UK.
yeah.
Skipper's waiting for his. Silver Creek. Um. Why are we always yelling? Yeah. There's
I
a
was
there's
uh
there's a couple people.
I was looking into Sticky Brand and I was looking into
Yeah.
making the like cuttlefish stickers with the like glow in the dark.
Yeah.
And I haven't gone through with it because one, like, you can't like edit the design or anything yourself really. You just like send them a picture and then they'll
Yep.
send you a
A proof.
sample of what
Hmm.
it looks like and you have to just say yes or no. And also, at least with the glow in the dark stickers, they have a minimum order of 100. So it's like I didn't want to drop, you know,
But
$100 for stickers
so
right then and there. So
with
I
that,
haven't done it yet.
they will listen to your suggestions for editing because when I ordered these, they were actually supposed to be the round stickers, and on the round stickers, it was like cutting off the top of the letters and the bottom of the letters. So I was like, "Oh, can we make them oval instead?" And then they did. The next proof was on ovals, and I was like, "Perfect,
Yeah.
those."
You could have also probably suggested that the circle was just a little bit larger so it
Oh, I
didn't
did, and
fully
then they
cut
sent me the
off the.
same. They sent me the same image. I was like,
Oh.
"Cool, thanks. Let's make them ovals."
And that's probably how you ended up with like an extra large oval, too.
Yep.
Okay. That's
Yep.
kind of funny. So you said you had an interesting thing going on at work,
Yes.
huh?
So we had a customer come in yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yes. Yes? Yes. Um Customer come in yesterday. She's actually a freshwater person.
Okay.
But she was looking for I think Canaplex from Seachem and she couldn't find it at like Petco, PetSmart, all that stuff. So she had called first and she asked if we had it. We're like, "Oh yeah, we have it." So she came in and she bought it. Well, she also got a pelleted food that we sell called TDO Chroma Boost. Um I can actually go ahead and probably present my screen. Um Entire screen? Probably entire screen.
Yep.
Um Share? Oh gosh. Oh, there we go. Okay, share. Okay, cool. So TDO Chroma Boost. This is what we sell by Reef Nutrition. Well, she called back again today and said, "Hey, so I bought this food. It's supposed to be for my beta fish, beta, whatever. Um, but I learned from the beta community that this isn't good for them. It has like too much plant matter." So she asked if she could return it. Well, my boss actually, the one time he answered the phone, he was the one talking to her about it. Um, and he asked me about it. He's like, apparently it's not good for betas. And I'm like, what do you mean? It's 49% protein. It's like, what do you mean? He said, she said that it had too much plant matter. I was like, no, it should be fine. So it sent him off into a whole beta food rabbit hole.
Yep.
He starts researching. So he looked up the top 10 beta foods. Um, and now
And they
he's like
all
comparing them.
are pretty
Yeah,
much the same.
he's comparing them all. So this is the number one that was on that list is the fluval
Yep.
bug bites.
Because
And
it says protein from actual bugs.
right, yeah. Well, black soldier fly,
Yep.
salmon, and this was the big thing. She's like, it it can't have like fish meal. Well, fish protein concentrate
Is fish meal.
is
Yep.
fish meal. But yeah, it's like the TDO is 46%. It's 16% crude fat. It's like it has all these numbers beat. And then this was number 2 is the Northfin beta food, and it's 45% crude protein, 16%. Yeah, so it.
Yep.
And then number 3 was the Hikari, and this one was like it really beat this one. But the
Yeah.
funny thing is that look at the first 3 ingredients of
Fish
the
meal, wheat
Hikari.
flour. Yep. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, Hikari foods are not great. They really
but
aren't, and they make your water dirty.
he just went off on this whole tirade. He's like, "How is this not good for beta?" And he actually looked it up, and let's see if I can find it really
Yep.
fast.
So the whole argument
Uh,
is like because bettas in the wild are insectivores. They eat like fly larvae
right,
and mosquito larvae and worms and things like that. They don't eat plants.
right,
And like if you listen to some different YouTubers, they'll sit there and they'll tell you don't feed your betta any sort of prepared food. Only feed them bloodworms or brine shrimp or only feed them um flightless fruit flies. They have to have actual live bugs and they freak out. And it's just like it doesn't matter what fish food you feed your fish. They're pretty much all the same.
yeah,
Like I go for the same thing that I go when I'm like looking for stuff for myself. I look for the least amount of ingredients possible,
mm,
and overall, I try and go for ingredients that I can actually pronounce.
yeah.
Now, I'm pretty good at pronouncing stuff, but like, no, it's like just in general, the least amount of ingredients possible
The most
is
more pure formula. Yeah, I know what you
right.
mean.
Exactly. Like, I don't want to eat like a processed chicken nugget with added nitrates and phosphates and all this other sodium bicarbonate and stuff like that. Like, I want to eat a chicken breast.
Hmm.
Like, that's it. Maybe add a little bit of salt and some seasoning, but no like additives. Just like you cut the chicken breast right off the chicken. Like,
Yep. Lady
yep.
Diane.
Yep, Lady Diane's here. Salty Exotics is here.
Jacob. Salty Exotics is one of my coworkers from one of my old coworkers from Petco.
Nice. I think I
Yeah.
know who it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do.
Yeah. And oh, I'm still on the share screen. Bam.
I'm sorry.
But
But
yeah,
yeah, it's
those
just
foods are
oh my
like
god.
all the same.
He went off on a on down this like he was ranting about it for like 2 hours. I'm just like you're still stuck on this beta food. And he's like, "Well, it's just so stupid." So now he wants to go like troll beta
Yep.
communities.
But I mean, I feed my bettas like different pellets and things like that. And
Mhm.
I don't care like which pellet or which brand it is. Sometimes I'll grab uh the I think it's omega 1 beta pellets because I had those. I still have one from like a year ago, I think, and I still feed some betas that. Sometimes I'll grab the my extreme nice pellets, which are like really more for like cichlids and things like that. But the betta will eat those too.
Yep.
Sometimes I'll go for baby brine shrimp and things like that. And it's like, yeah, baby brine shrimp are like the best food for like any fish out there. They're the highest like protein to weight ratio, pretty much.
Yep.
And there's no way any freshwater fish would run into baby brine shrimp in the wild.
Right.
So, like, yeah, it doesn't matter necessarily what you feed them. It's about the nutrition level.
Mhm.
And yeah, bettas for sure need high protein. So you want to get like a high protein food.
Yep.
Minimize the plant matter, but just because there is some plant matter in there doesn't mean they're gonna die.
Right. He said that she was saying that, oh, apparently it gives them like dropsy and it gives them like blah blah blah. I was like, no.
Overfeeding
No.
does
Yeah.
that.
Right.
So don't feed your betta every day. In
Right.
fact, most of the time, like I feed my betta, like she seems to get different stuff that's like in the tank or whatever too, because I kind of keep more natural style tanks. So I pretty much only feed her like once a week.
Yep. Boost Cat says, where did she buy her betta? She went to PetSmart for meds. She probably got the betta there too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
probably.
just because they came from a big box store doesn't mean that, they're not deserving. Or I know that's not what you're saying, but yeah. But
Yeah. I mean,
eh,
look at Gina and I. Gina
yeah.
used to work at Petco. I used to work at Pet Supplies
I
Plus.
took
Like
care of my bettas.
I took care of all of our fish too. I took care of our fish so well that my boss got pissed at me for how well I took care of those fish sometimes. And like so
How
it's
dare you spend so much time in the fish section and not sell dog food, Danny?
yep. Oh, speaking of Petco and whatever else. Okay. Um so I'm sure you remember that there's a short-haired lady that worked at Petco for a while and was like hired as like a fish specialist, and she wasn't really like the best with fish. She was kind of aggressive with the net and different things like that.
And my old one?
Yeah, your Petco.
Short haired lady.
She worked there probably about a year, maybe 2 years ago.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
knew a lot about like tarantulas and stuff like that too.
Okay. I don't
Anyway,
I don't remember, but go on.
I went there to buy fish a couple times, and I always hated dealing with her because she didn't really seem to know a lot about fish at all. And like when I was trying to get her to catch fish, I'm just sitting there looking at her. It's like it would be so easy to catch the fish if you weren't like doing this whole crazy thing with the net and tearing up all the dirt and stuff everywhere.
Right.
And so it's just really frustrating to deal with her. And but she didn't. She ended up like I guess getting fired or quitting at some point. She didn't seem to work there too long necessarily.
Mhm.
But I still go back to my Pet Supplies Plus that I used to work at to get crickets. Once a week for my golden gecko. And sometimes I'll get fish there too. Like I got my mollies there.
Mhm.
Um, but she works there now.
Oh. Oh no.
It's like, how did you like get a job here? Like Alicia must really be struggling to find good workers.
Right. James B. Yes, I did get your email. You're in round 2. You probably missed when I talked about it, but I took the stack of round 2 to my work because I like that mailman better than my mail people.
He knows
And
who I'm talking about.
yeah, Salty, text me because I don't remember. Or do I know this person? I don't know. Was this before
I'm
me or
sure.
after me?
I'm sure you know this person.
Okay. Yeah, Salty text me. But what was it? Oh, my normal mail carrier at work has been on vacation, so I've had the shitty work mail carriers, and they haven't been taking my stacks. So
Yep.
hopefully Monday, my normal mail person at work is back, and he'll take round 2 of stickers out. So
There you go.
it was fine. My boss saw it, and he's like, "What's this?" I'm like, "That's mine. Don't touch. That's for the mail people. I like our mail person here better than my mail person at home. So don't touch. Leave it there."
Yep. I always seem to have really crappy mail people.
Gina
So
wins on the beta section. Oh, thank you, Lady Diane. I cared a lot.
that says beta section.
It does say beta, but it's okay.
I know she fixed it or whatever, but
Yep. Yep.
yep.
It was funny though because every time I would clean the cup twice a week, and I would take them all down, put them in a cart, and of course, as soon as I load them all into a cart, is when people would come to the beta end cap and start trying to shop for betas. I'm like, just wait like an hour, and they'll be back. It'll
Yep.
just why now?
Yeah, Diane always seemed to come in like when I wasn't caring for the betta fish or whatever, and like they always ended up looking terrible after a period of time. I don't know what my he was always doing with them or whatever, but he would do like a water change on them, and then their water would just get like incredibly cloudy.
Hmm.
Like they would always end up with like a bacterial bloom or something like that. It's like, dude, are you?
Strange.
It's like, are you using water conditioner or like, are you
Maybe too
making?
much.
Maybe you're using too much water conditioner. Yeah, that's possible too. Um, I don't know. Like I always get really nervous around that stuff too, because like even though when we were there or when I was there, whatever, like we would try to have separate buckets that were like for like the cleaning the ornaments and things like that, with like the bleach buckets and stuff like that, versus like the water bucket for like doing the water changes and stuff on like the sink tank and the bettas and things like that. But I don't know, sometimes the buckets would still get messed up. So like I would always take such a crazy effort to like rinse the hell out of the buckets to make sure there's like no bleach in there. Use some water conditioner, like stir the bucket around, dump it all out, and then like fill it up again and do all that. But
Oh, Salty texted me. I know who you're talking about now.
yeah,
Um, yeah. And just like how you always come into my current job on days that I'm like didn't quite get to algae scrubbing yet, and I'm just like, don't look at the tanks too close. There's algae. I'm sorry. I was just about to scrub algae.
yep. And man, so I thought we were gonna get this really cool like new beta rack or whatever to display the betas,
Mm.
and it has lights on it, but the lights are on the bottom
Ew.
and they light up from the bottom. And there's even like blue lights from where we're supposed to display like the glow. Well, I say we, like I still work there, where they're supposed to display the glow betas and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and it just looks absolutely terrible.
Yeah, it's weird
Yeah.
because it wouldn't show off their colors correctly, being lit from the
No,
bottom.
no, and then like I think it messes up their like uh what's the word, where like your balance and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
you're I know what you're trying to say. I can't think of it either.
Equilibrium, is that?
Yeah, similar.
I think that's
Like which way's up and which way's down.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like so it messes with that and all that to where like
coordination.
yeah,
That's not quite the right
yeah,
word.
yeah, it just messes with them. I feel like, and it just makes
Malawi
them
has
like
that track. Yes, it's ugly. Oh, that rack. Malawi's has that rack.
Malawi has one of those too. Yeah, I think Malawi, at least when I was there like years ago, they had just like a crappy like wooden display that they just made themselves, and they had these bettas just in blue, like methylene blue water, where you couldn't even like see the color of the betta at all. It just looked
Oh.
like a black fish. And so it's just like, God, this is terrible. And apparently Malawi has turned around a whole lot over the last couple of years. Like, I went like probably like near like before the pandemic happened and stuff like
Mhm.
that, and I think he was actually kind of just getting started at that point, or at least hadn't been around super long. Whereas like now, like he's got a lot nicer tanks going, and
I'll have
I've
to go back
seen
up there.
I've seen videos and stuff of like Biz in there, and it's just like, wow, that does not look like the same store that I went to when I checked out Malawi Aquatics.
I love that store. It's just a magic. Just tanks.
Yeah,
Just so many tanks. Like 3 tanks high. Oh, it's magical.
yeah. I was not thoroughly impressed the like one or two times that I went before, and mainly is too that like you had, if unless you were like googling everything and stuff like that, like there was no pictures of what the fish were gonna look like or anything like that. You just had a bunch of like small gray fish that were like super expensive, and it's just like, I don't understand why these fish are so dang expensive. And then you have like the fish that are actually showing their colors, and it's like either they're his breeder fish that aren't for sale, or they're like $150 or whatever, and it's just like, holy cow, I'm not looking to spend that much on a fish. Where it's like,
150 is not bad for a fish, says the
well,
saltwater keeper.
now as I'm like, I'm more into it or whatever, yeah, that doesn't necessarily sound too bad for some brightly colored, fish like that or whatever. But at the time, I was kind of like new at the whole thing, trying to just get some more nice, colorful African cichlids for my first like 55-gallon tank that I had set up in the living room. And like there was nothing really available there when in comparison to just like going to a Petco or a PetSmart or something like that and getting their fish that already had some color and were only like $10.
Yep. Yep, yep, yep.
So that's what is the benefit of some of these stores. You can get some really nice fish for pretty cheap, but they won't necessarily be like, super high quality purebred fish or anything like that. And that was the main thing that was behind Malawi that I kind of understood, but it wasn't really the store for me at the time. They're like, yeah, he was pretty much running his own breeding project right out
Mhm.
of the store. But apparently he at least he told people, or some of his workers or something told people, that he was actually importing fish from Africa. And it's like, no, he's not, because nobody's importing fish from Africa right now. So it changed a
Yeah.
lot since first went there. All new tanks in the front, and they now have a quarantine section, which is great. Yeah,
Nice.
that is awesome.
Very nice, very nice. But yeah, it was a good day. Um it's been an okay week. Last week was better, this week was okay. Um
And did you have a good Easter?
I did. I did have a good Easter. We went to Nathan's stepsister's house. They just moved to Alton, Illinois.
Nice.
They actually their house is like right next to the river, but it's up on a cliff. Apparently there's like limestone mines underneath, so they had to get like mine insurance on the house. Um oh my god, but it's beautiful. It's like the oldest house in the neighborhood. It's like 170 years old, like old farm plantation house. Is
Nice.
beautiful. And it was well taken care of too, because you know how in like some really old houses, like the floors are so creaky, like you can't walk without making a whole big commotion. They
Yeah.
weren't creaky, but you could tell the house kind of has a slight slant, and like
Oh,
the floors kind of wave, but they were
oh man.
quiet, so it's okay. I mean, it happens. Settling
Yeah.
happens, but
Oh man, the house I grew up at had creaky floors and stairs,
yeah.
and we got really good at like knowing where all the creeks and different things
Mhm.
were as you going up the steps. So you're like
Yeah,
step to the right,
you gotta
left,
walk to the edges.
skip this step, back on the edge, then in the middle, back on the edge. It's like
Yep.
all
Yep.
that, all that effort just to go boom
You're
and
right.
scare the person at the top of the steps. How did you get up here?
Mhm. Oh, but it's a gorgeous house. It's a gorgeous house. They have
Nice.
fruit trees in the back. Um, it's on a whole acre, but the house is kind of towards the front of the property, so like the backyard's huge. Um, yeah, it's really pretty. So the cherry trees were in blossom for Easter, so that was really cool.
Nice. Aqua Garden Zen is
Aqua
here.
Garden Zen, hello.
Boom.
This rental was creaky. Now it's full of shims. Easy to fix. Yep.
Yeah. See, I don't have a basement, so I don't have to worry about creaky floors.
Yep. I do. And it was cold too. I was wearing shorts whenever I like first carried Kane downstairs, and I'm just like, okay. And then I'd put like pajama pants over my shorts, and I'm still wearing them. It's funny. Nathan came home. He's like, "Were you cold?" I was like, "Yeah, I was in the basement." He goes, "So wait, you went to the? Did the sirens go off?" I was like, "Yeah, twice." And I carried Kane downstairs after the second ones went off
Wow.
because he's further south. So
Oh, yeah.
it's funny. One time we went out to eat during a big thunderstorm, and I think it was what used to be up at Cross Keys that's now gone. Oh, Charlie's. I think we're at Oh Charlie's. No, it's not there anymore. Now it's that raging the crab place. Um,
Storm and Crab.
Storm and Crab. Anyway, we were there at Oh Charlie's, and I think like lightning had hit a transformer, and like because we heard a boof and saw a big flash, and then all the power went out. And the
Yeah.
amount of people who could not understand that you could not run a card when the power was out was unreal.
Oh, man.
Unreal.
Clashing in the house.
Keystone Clashy.
Man, I know exactly what you're talking about. We had the power go out at Target one time, and there was like a bunch of people in line, and it's just like we gotta wait for the system to reboot.
Yep.
We can't even like take your cash because half of these kids weren't even taught how to make change,
Yep.
so they need the machine to tell them what to give you.
Oh, that was one thing my coworkers said. One of these past storms, like last month or something. They're like, "Oh, if the power goes out, we get to go home, right?" I was like, "No, I'll ring people up with calculator and take cash." And they're like, "What?" I'm like, "That's what I did at Petco. That was the policy at Petco. Is that the manager went to the register, the employees walked around with everybody, wrote down the item, the SKU, and the price, and then the manager rang them up with calculator, and it was cash only. So that's what we would do." And they're like, "Nuh-uh." I was like, "Yeah,
Nice.
that's what we'll do."
Yeah. And then you just bring it all in
Yeah, and then
afterwards.
you punch it all in when the power comes back on.
Nice. And then, when corporate looks at it, they're like, holy cow, you guys sold $5,000 in the matter of 30 minutes? It's
Right?
like, yeah, we're that
Yeah.
cool, man. It was a really slow day, but we were slammed right there at the end.
Slammed right there at the end. Yep. Bet they don't even know how to use those old phones either. I remember that was
the
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 first time.
rotary phones, like the ones
Mhm.
that don't spin around, they have absolutely no idea how to use.
No idea.
The ones with the push buttons, like with the cord, and you hold it and you push the buttons on it. They can kind of figure out how to make a call, but they'll sit there and be like, "How do you text on it?"
Yeah.
It's like you don't text.
You don't. There's just a display to tell you what numbers you push. That's it.
And there's words on, or there's letters on the numbers sometimes, because phone numbers used to have words in them.
Yep. 1-800 call
One eight
now or
hundred
something.
collect.
Yeah.
To place a collect call. And I'm like, what's a collect call?
Yep.
But apparently, I at least saw something, an article that I didn't read, but I saw an article about they're saying like the young generation is switching to dumb phones.
Mm.
Apparently, they're going back to like old school flip phones and stuff. They're trying to get rid of the like all the extra internet stuff or whatever that is, you know, with social media and smartphones ruling our lives.
I seen a TikTok of well, I didn't see the original TikTok, but I saw somebody reacting to it. And it's like there should be a phone that like in the house that like everyone has, like it's everybody's phone, and like it's just one number to call everybody in that house, and then like it cut to the person reacting. They're like, y'all, they think that they invented a landline. That's a
Yeah.
landline. They think that they're inventing the landline.
Yep. Yep. Fish Fam Link is here
Fish fam
too.
link.
I still need to order myself a Fish Fam Link badge because I
I got
think that
mine.
that's
Oh my
pretty
god,
cool.
it's right there. It's right there.
Go grab your Fish Fam Link badge. Show people what
Oh
you
my
can get
gosh.
because I believe they're only $10, right?
I think it was 15, 12. I don't freaking remember. Yeah, my Gina's
So
Reef.
it shows it has your
I got
picture
it
on
double
it.
sided. Oh, I think
You
there's two different prices. You can get it double sided or single sided.
well, I would
So
like the
maybe,
double sided just because
yeah.
it's nicer.
And
And
it comes with these little charms.
so yeah, you can get a cool charm. You can get a full badge. It has like I guess it has your website and stuff listed on the outer ring, and then it's
Has
got
it?
like a I don't know. I'm trying to read what it says, but I can't tell what
Oh,
those.
Fish Fam, you're linked to the Fish Fam.
Okay, so that's what it
Yeah.
says around the outside is Fish Fam link. Your link to the Fish Fam, and then it's got like a QR code that brings right to your Fish Fam link page, which has all your different links, your email, all your channels, and all that stuff listed right on there. So it's really nice to when you go to events
Yes.
or whatever to where you want to share who you are with people. You can be like, well, just pull open the camera on your phone and scan this QR link and it'll take you right to everything.
Yeah, and then Annette made these lanyards. They say Fish Fam Link, and they're blue hollow.
Nice.
Cute. Yeah. Let's see. Hold on, I gotta pull up my Discord, find my messaging with Matt, because I didn't feel like searching for it, so I just messaged Matt directly, and then he gave me the link. Let me scroll up. There it is. Copy. Uh, looks great on you. Oh, thank you. Okay,
Only $1 more for double
stay
sided.
there. Let me go to your stream. Subscriptions. Where are you? There you are. I think I'm a mod on. Yeah, I'm a mod on yours.
Yep. I'm not a mod on yours though. I was
I'm
I
gonna
was
fix
gonna
that.
I was gonna share stuff about the auction on yours because I was sharing stuff about the auction on mine.
Let me fix
But
that.
I'm not a mod, so I couldn't share a link.
I have to scroll all the way back up to.
Here, hold on.
Yeah, so you got to comment something. I can't. I can't scroll all the way back up. Okay. Bump. Uh. Bump. There you go.
According to what I
Fixed.
see on YouTube, it looks like 7 are watching on my side and 9 are watching on your side.
Oh, we're pretty balanced.
Yeah. Hit the likes on both the
Yes.
streams.
Both.
Double thumbs up, everybody.
Yes. Oh, I meant to grab the link for yours and add it to mine, to my description.
Yeah. I finally remembered to
Share,
keep adding that to the
copy,
description.
bink bonk, clickety clack,
Bleep bloop.
bleep
Bing
bloop,
bong.
bleep bloop. Edit video. There it is. There we go.
So
Sup. Oh,
I the other day I finally like opened up my new pond liner that I bought, like the extra large one, and I was gonna use it to like cover up my garden area to kill any plants that are already growing up and stuff before I till it all up. And I was actually surprised it when I was spread it out or whatever. It was bigger than I was kind of expecting it to be when I was like doing the like figuring it, visualizing it in my head when I saw like the dimensions. I think it's like 20 feet by 11 feet or 20 feet by 15 feet, something like that.
Hmm.
And but when I actually laid it out, it seemed much bigger than I originally was picturing in my mind. So I'll actually be able to make my pond a little bit bigger even than I originally planned. So I got a lot of digging to do still.
Oh yeah. Is the ground still frozen, or is it pretty well thawed out now?
Oh, it's pretty well thought out now for sure. But I got some the biggest issue that I'm facing right now, other than where the actual area of my old pond is, all I gotta do is like suck out any water that is there or just like start ripping out the liner and just pull it out from underneath the water or something like that. And then just dig out the little bitty wall that's between there. I got to dig that down a little bit more. But on the other side, where I'm trying to kind of grade it out more so it's not like super vertical, I want it kind of more like this.
Yeah.
I still have some big tree limb or big tree roots.
So you're gonna try to pull it out like tablecloth style, like.
Yeah, I guess that's probably what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to kind of get in there a little bit because I, well, I'm not sure if I have to save any of those cattails or not because I do have extra cattails, but it is in like a nice like growing tray already or whatever, so I might just keep it in that. Um, but I think there might still be a couple water lilies in there.
Mm.
I'm going to see if they start kind of popping up or whatever. If I start to see any water lily leaves, I'm going to definitely pull those out and try and save those. If not, then whatever. I'll have to go buy more water lilies anyway.
They usually sprout a little bit later than everything else, don't they?
Yeah, and there wasn't like a whole lot of water in the pond. Probably only like maybe like 8 inches or something like that.
Yep.
And so it probably froze solid, but who knows? Those I wasn't expecting to have the a water lily sprout in my little like kiddie pool pond, but it did after that froze solid.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna I'm gonna have to find that pod again and hope that blue, whatever sprouts again and see if I can find any more of those water lilies because I really like those and that'll save me a little bit of money.
Whip.
Whips World popping in on my side now. He
So
was
I've been trying to
on
follow
yours
some
early.
people. I've been trying to follow some people through my works page, Facebook page, and Whip popped up as a suggestion. My coworker, I was like Whip, and my coworker was like, "What?" And I'm like, "It's Whip." And she's like, what the fuck are you talking about?" And I was like, "It's Whip's world. It's Whip. He's part of the fish family." Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah,
I think it was like an unboxing video or something that popped up. I was like, "It's Whip.
nice. It's Whip's World.
It's
Like
Whip's
you
world."
know who that is.
Yeah. Duh. Nobody's pointed out my what the fish thing at work yet. I'm waiting for it. People have said stuff about my shirt whenever I wear the shirt, but not my cool water container.
Yeah.
But yeah. I did I had somebody call and ask if we had Caradina shrimp and I was like, "No, but I know an awesome website that you can order awesome Caradinas from. It's called the
Yeah.
Garden of Eater."
Yeah.
And they stream every Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was on a Monday, so I was like, "Yeah, they'll be streaming tonight. Go search the Garden of Eater on YouTube, and then you can find their website."
And they got a lot of shrimp.
You got a lot of good shrimp. I was like, "I've
They
ordered
have
from them twice."
neocaradinas, they have caradinas, they have saloisi, like they got all
Yep.
this. I had a stupid salesperson today thought the box was an extra item.
What box? Did I miss something? Did I zone out for a second?
Uh no, there's no preceding comment from James B. But how you doing, James? But yeah, he had a stupid salesperson today thought the box was an extra item.
But yeah. So and
I'm
then
not sure. I'm not sure what was coming in a box. But
then another person called asking about betas. I was like, no, but there's this person whose website is keepfishkeeping.com who sells betas.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
should check them out.
And I
Oh, and
always
then
I
Dan's
always try
Fish.
and tell people like with especially with like keep fish keeping like yeah you'll spend a little bit more on that fish than you would at one that you're gonna get from like Petco and PetSmart,
Mm-hmm.
but you're gonna get one that's already happy and healthy. You're not gonna have to try and recuperate a fish right when you're putting it into a new tank and all that stuff like you would with a lot of these places.
Vanoski.
But no ski fish Kodo because they do all the work to get the fish happy and healthy and ready to go
Yep.
for you before you buy it.
And then Dan's Fish. I always tell people Dan's Fish if they're looking for fresh water. Um, One guy was like, I don't know, I've never bought fish online. I was like, no, if they come in, anything's wrong with them, their customer service is great. They take care of you. I'm like, and they have
Yep,
three. I go through the whole three different size boxes, and as you're shopping, it tells you how full your box is. It's
yep,
so nice.
yeah. And when it comes down to it, like, yeah, I had some people when I was, at Pet Supplies Plus that I was telling them about getting fish shipped to themselves. And they're like, what? Like, you can get fish shipped to you, like in a box? And it's like, yeah, that's how they come to the store,
Yeah.
too.
Oh yeah,
Like,
people have no idea.
right? And
Yeah.
it's like they send everything in a box, like
Mhm.
because people would come in and they want like a musk turtle or something like that. The ones that stay small, and it's like we only sell the like the red eared sliders, and when we're not selling those, it's the African side necks. So
Mhm.
these all get like 12-inch like dinner plate size. But I'm sure there's some great websites and some great breeders out there where you could get one shipped directly to you, and they're like, what, like in a box or something like that? It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's how
Ready
they come to
to
us. They put them in like with like newspaper and um like what is it? Like a wicker satchel sort of deal, and then they put them in a box, and yeah, they come, and that's it.
Yep. Gina, are you bringing fish to Ender for the fish show? I don't think so, because that's going to take up a lot of space. I haven't quite decided yet.
I thought about maybe bringing some fish to the fish show, but the fish that I would want to bring would be the fish that I have, the swordtails from Rusty Wessel's fish room, but I still don't have any like males that have like any sort of sword or anything like that. They're all still pretty
Yeah.
small, so
And I thought about that too. So my black belt is a female. She doesn't have like the super bright. I mean, she is a pretty fish, but she's not a male. So I don't know. Do people enter females into
I
competitions?
mean, yeah, she was entered in the competition before she came to you, right?
No, she wasn't at the crown. He
Oh,
he thought about it, but he never actually did.
flashy working overtime.
Working overtime. Um, I don't know. I don't know, man. Plus, I don't really prep her for competitions. I know Scuba Steve has talked about that. He preps his competition fish, like shines flashlights and makes sure that they're not afraid, that they'll actually come up to the front. Like she
Yeah,
does that. She comes up to the front. She's not afraid, but like I haven't done any like the prep stuff.
yeah. Just go around with your phone and just do all
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
Of course, both sexes are shown. Oh, okay. Because some breeds, the males are, like you said, swordtails, the males have the sword,
Well,
yeah.
typically with live bears, you show a pair, or a
Oh, okay.
trio, like a two male to one female trio, or something like that, because you want to show the male in its nicest colors,
Yeah.
and they're only going to show their nicest colors when a female is present. So you need the females there. Most of the time, people are showing pairs. Like all the killifish, they were showing pairs.
I
The
think
live
bettas they
bears,
do
they were
that
showing
too.
pairs. The betta, the wild type bettas and stuff, yeah, they were showing like pairs and things like that. The singular bettas, they were showing like just males most of the time. Boys have swords. Girls have not swords. They have a sheath.
Oh my gosh, and that's the other thing. If I end up taking her and she freaking lays eggs in the freaking bin, ugh, I have to deal with a very angry fish.
There's a saltwater show class, Gina.
Yeah, but I don't have show quality saltwater fish, and plus that I worry about stressing out my
Ooh,
freshwater cichlid. Saltwater gets super stressed out.
I'll take my creamsicle mollies along and show them in the
There you go.
saltwater class.
There you go.
But,
Yeah, I don't really have.
ta-da!
I mean, I could. And it'd be cheating if I took something from work to show because it's not my fish.
Oh man, if you took that what was that, the name of that fish that I did a short of? I gotta look it up now. What, the Harlequin tusk
Oh
wrasse?
yeah, yeah.
Oh my
We have a
goodness.
big Australian at work right now. Yeah,
I gotta share this because a lot of people, surprisingly, the short did not seem to do very well.
that's
But
weird. Only cheating if you get caught. Well, I did just announce it on YouTube, so
yeah, this side, there we go. But yeah.
yeah, yeah. I think that's the one that we still have. Yep. Let's see. Yep, Pinktail. That's him.
6 inches, 7 inches already.
Oh yeah, he's big.
Gorgeous,
He looks
gorgeous
mean, but
fish.
he's the biggest baby. He's the
But
biggest
yeah, he's
baby.
got these like teeth, the
Mm-hmm.
little tusk teeth.
They're blue teeth.
Yeah. Harlequin wrasse, man, they're gorgeous fish.
You announced that you wouldn't. Perfect cover. He used to have a Harlequin wrasse. Yeah, they're cute. He's just a big baby. The Koran angel that's in that same tank actually bullies him. I always say it's because he's jealous because he's not the prettiest
Yep.
fish in the tank.
I mean, gosh, no, you sold that giant angelfish.
Oh, the queen angel? We get
Yeah.
those in all the time.
Yeah, I
We're
mean, you
actually about to
you
order
still
another
have
one.
some gorgeous queen angels there of various sizes, where you show all the different color morphs they have.
Yeah, because they look different whenever they're juveniles versus when they're adults.
I actually like the way they look when they're juveniles more than they do when
Man,
they're adults.
freaking most angels are like that. They're super pretty whenever they're juveniles.
Like they have this like thumbprint look to them when they're juveniles.
Yep. A lot of them do. So the Koran does, the Emperor, the Queen. What's another one that we have? Annularis also is like the thumbprint.
Like,
Some of them you can actually tell. So some of them make more of a complete circle. So yeah, that's an Emperor. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, I didn't even see the adult Emperor
the
underneath.
baby or the juvenile is all thumbprinty with this like purple and blue and other color blue and like white, and then the adult is like yellow and blue stripes with like a superhero mask on the face.
Yeah.
So it's like they both look cool, but man, I like the way the juvenile looks even more.
Yep. So yeah, the Emperor juvenile like makes the complete circles, but if they're just bars, like kind of curved bars, like parentheses, then that's a juvenile Koran.
Quran,
Like Quran.
Quran, yeah,
yeah.
okay. Oh, ooh.
Yep. So yeah, if they're more like parentheses, then it's a Quran.
Oh, that is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
That is
So that
showing,
one's about
right?
to start changing.
Yeah, that
You can
is
see
showing.
that yellow band in the middle. It's about to start changing. Yeah, and then they have some aberrancies. The one on the left side, in the
This
middle,
one?
up, um, where the bands aren't complete. They're kind of
Oh,
very
this one.
unique.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a changeling. That one's changing into its adult colors.
Subadult. Right.
Yeah, or
Oh man.
subadult, whatever terminology you want to use.
Cool.
Yeah, they're cute.
Box of dog food can. Oh, so you were buying a box of dog, or you're buying several cans of dog food, where it ended up being
The whole
like
case.
12,
Yeah.
12 cans or whatever, and so you brought the whole box up, and she was trying to like look for the barcode on the box to like bring the box up.
Oh,
Wow.
you
I
don't
mean,
do that.
okay, so you would be surprised at how common that sort of thing is, because here like, maybe she wasn't looking to sell you the box as a separate item necessarily, like maybe because sometimes you'll get like a case that'll be 12 cans and there'll be one barcode for the entire case of cans.
Mm-hmm.
And I had so many people that would see that case and they would just tear it right open and start putting the individual cans on the shelf, and it's just like, no, that was a case.
Yeah.
There's some that are sold as a case and there's some that aren't. The ones that aren't just have a clear wrapping around them. The
Yep.
ones that are a case has the fancy advertising wrapping around it. We don't
Purina.
tear those
Yep.
open. Yeah,
Pro
Purina.
plan.
Yeah, Purina and the Purina Pro plan. Pedigree does that as well.
Yes.
Um, I think I think Blue Buffalo has, well, Blue Buffalo puts theirs in actual boxes, which
Yeah.
is nice. They have like a full sealed box, so it's like,
Mm-hmm.
don't open me.
Oh my god, and the customers who would tear those open because they needed one flavor out of it. Oh, it was so irritating.
Like, what? You could just replace it later on. It's like,
Yeah,
no.
then who's gonna buy that box? Nobody's gonna buy that box now. Thanks.
Right. Exactly. Yep.
Yep. Or I caught cashiers back when I was a manager at Petco who would scan the box instead of scanning the cans, which would mess up inventory.
Yep. What was always confused me though is when I was working at like Target and stuff, people would come up with like those 6 packs of the bottles of soda that just have like that plasticky links of rings around them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be like, where's the actual barcode? I don't want to like scan the soda and have it, bring up like an individual soda.
Yep.
But the ones that are in the 6 pack, the barcode is set up for the 6 pack on the soda.
Yep.
So I always wonder, like, man, what if somebody like
Scanned it
was
6
just
times.
dumb? Well, yeah,
Oh.
scanned it 6 times, or was just dumb on the other side and just like, I don't need to buy the entire 6 pack. Let me just pull one of these out.
Oh, yeah.
And then they go and they ring it up at like self checkout or whatever, and it rings them up for 6 instead of 1.
Yep.
He's a glass box hero. Yep.
Yep.
What's up? Aquarium's
What's up,
maintained
Andy?
by Andy.
French angels are beautiful and they change as well. Yes. Most angels do. What's fun is the mimic tangs. So you get like the half black mimic tang or the it's chocolate tangs. So depending on the catch point, they'll mimic different angels. There's the half black, there's the mimic yellow tang. So it'll mimic a yellow tang, but it'll turn into a chocolate tang. I think there's a Eebly mimic chocolate tang, or they look like Eebly angels when they're juveniles. It's cool. It's really cool.
I just keep hearing chocolate tang, and I'm thinking about a powdered chocolatey fruit drink.
Right.
That they bring on
cool.
the space station.
It's like having 2 fish in one because they'll flash between yellow and like a dark brown.
Nice.
Depending on their mood. Mood
Nice.
ring fish.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Mark, you forgot to put my address. What? Oh,
Is
payment and email sent.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Then send fish here.
Right? Lady R is so awesome. She's a busy lady.
Yeah, she is. She's so busy. She's still working on that email, but she didn't forget.
Oh, I need to call and make a hair appointment. So my birthday's coming up in a few
I
weeks.
know it is.
And what does that mean? Did you buy me something? Oh, okay.
No.
Anyway, sorry. Anyway, I asked Nathan, he asked me what I wanted for my birthday, and I was like, "Oh, we have a friend who's going through beauty school and she should be graduating this year." So I was like, "Oh, I want her to do my hair. Just free she can do whatever she wants. I don't care. But I want her to do my hair and I want you to pay for it." And so since she's still in beauty school, it's like discounted cuz it's at the beauty school.
Yep.
I need to call and make that appointment.
Yeah, I think when my buddy was in barber school, and I'm like, "You're gonna cut my hair because maybe not everybody going into your barber school is gonna want a fancy barber cut, so you got to learn how to cut long hair too."
Yep.
And so I went in there, and I think it was like $6. Like it was
Yep.
cheap.
Yeah, I say I plan on getting like color, like bleach and color services. It's gonna be
Where
like
did
half the
my
cost.
sticker go?
Uh
It's coming
oh. Oh.
soon.
Oh, Jennifer Weaver's here.
Jennifer
Hello.
Weaver.
Same for you. I have the second round. I have your sticker coming. It's just my mail person hasn't been picking it up, so it's coming. Hopefully Monday. My regular mail person will be back and he'll actually take it.
I tried somewhere in the U.S., but they didn't accept it. Plus, you was saying, "I've been traveling a lot, man. Sorry." That's why he hasn't been in a lot of live streams and things like
Yeah,
that.
he's a
So it's
big
like, yeah,
biatch.
we can't just send it somewhere in the United States.
Plushy, are you still pole inspecting? Inspecting those poles? Last I knew, that's what he was doing.
That's what it looks like he's doing based off his avatar. He climbs up and inspects those poles.
He inspects the poles for the pole climbers.
I want to sticker you guys. Well,
You
if you
guys
come to
got
the
an email.
Keystone Clash,
Oh, there you go. I'll be
you
there.
can not only get a sticker, you can get a Glassbox Hero guitar pick.
And I'm probably going to order special edition stickers, Gina's Reef stickers, to hand out at the Keystone Clash. Special.
Which pet stores did we work at? Well, Gina technically still works at a pet store. She just works at a saltwater based like
LFS.
local fish store.
Yeah.
Not like a big box store or no corporate nothing.
There's a total. I bet Gina is Petco. What does that mean?
You're correct. Gina
What does that
was
mean?
Petco.
How dare you? No, you were right. You were right.
Gina was Petco.
I was
and,
Petco.
I used to work at Pet Supplies Plus.
Yep. I worked at Petco for 7 years.
7 years.
7 years.
I worked an entire year at Pet Supplies Plus, and I'm surprised I made it that long with the boss that I had. If I would have had a much better boss, like if the like regional manager was my actual boss instead of my boss being my boss, I probably would have stayed there for a long time. Maybe ended up actually running my own store or been something else like that. But
so what's funny is that the shirt I'm wearing was actually one of my old like uniform shirts. So I worked at Petco for so long. I worked there before we had actual Petco uniform shirts. You just had to wear a solid color. Well, when I first started, it just had to be any solid color shirt. It didn't matter what color. No writing, no anything on it. And then it became a solid blue or red shirt. So this was one of my blue shirts that one of the different aquatic specialists at a different store actually made. So there's an angelfish on this side and a turtle on the other side because I was an aquatic specialist at my store. So it's kind of funny that I'm wearing this shirt when we're talking about this.
Petco ain't bad, and neither is Pet Supplies Plus. And I'm like, but PetSmart is no.
It depends on the location.
It all depends on location and management
Mhm.
and the overall will to have the proper knowledge of the workers. Because when I was working at Pet Supplies Plus, like I was like the fish and bird guy. We had another fish guy, but he was like he knew a whole lot more about like the live bearers and corridors and stuff like that. Where I was more like African cichlids and bettas and things like that. And so we worked really good on that. We had a guinea pig lady that she knew like everything about guinea pigs and like ferrets and hamsters, and we had a girl that knew like a whole lot about like the hamsters as well, but she also had like a Pac-Man frog for several years, and
I
so
said little
she knew a
Pac-Man.
lot about like that and other amphibians. And gosh, so we had a great team for a good period of time. Um,
And we all had dog food knowledge shoved down our throats.
yeah, dang dog food and cat food. Well, I have a cat too, so it was great to share like their knowledge about that. And man, yeah, that dog food crap shoved down your throat. I never knew I was gonna learn so much about dogs, and I
Yeah.
never knew people did so much stuff with their dogs too.
Or
Like
didn't do enough with their
or
dogs.
that too, yeah.
Oh,
Like dog people are a huge spectrum for sure.
yes.
But they were asking some questions that like I had. I mean, we live in a area where people have like a lot of bullies and
Mhm.
pit bulls and stuff like that.
And
Which,
Yorkies and Shih Tzus.
well, yes, a lot of those little bitty dogs too. But don't get me started on those. But but I actually had more than one person come in asking if we sold like whey protein for dogs.
Yep. How do I? Yeah, like protein powder for
Like,
dogs.
you
Yep.
got protein powder for dogs? It's
Protein
like
supplements.
you guys are freaking nuts.
I'd always tell
Like
them, like,
your
no, get
dog's
this.
already like jacked up, looking like
Yeah.
freaking the Rock coming in. Like, you know, and it's like you guys don't
Yeah.
need any protein powder for your dog.
I would always tell them to get the dog backpack and put water bottles in it, and then simply walk your dog 2, 3 times a day. And then
Yeah.
once that becomes too easy, then you start filling it with rocks.
Right, just get your
Yep.
dog a weighted vest. There you
Yep.
go. Get your dog a weighted vest, and it'll work harder because it's you can't just build muscle out of nowhere. Like it
Yep.
actually has to get like a workout. You
Just
know,
like us, it doesn't just appear. You don't just drink protein powder and then get like
right?
abs and
Because if
big
you
buff
just
shoulders.
the biggest problem is that a lot of people have more or less too much protein than they actually are like working their body for, and then it ends up getting stored as like fat and all that anyway.
Yep.
So
You gotta do the work.
there's nobody needs to be taking protein powder or eating like protein bars and things like that unless you're
Unless
like
you're actually,
actually
yeah,
skipping a meal.
or unless you're actually like building muscle,
Or
like
yeah, if you're like a
build bodybuilding.
bodybuilder.
Yeah, bodybuilding. Yep.
But even these bodybuilders don't need nearly as much as they're like pumping into themselves. Xanadu da doo da day is here.
I like that. Do that, do daddy. Um, but yeah, no, it's crazy. I had that a lot too. Um, but yeah, a lot of people would come in and be like, "Oh yeah, I just spent $2,000 on this dog. What? You want me to spend $50 to $80 on a bag of dog food? Nah, that's too expensive." I'm like,
Yeah, yeah,
"Come on." It's not even the most expensive bag of dog food. Come on.
yeah. Oh man. So right, getting close to when I was like leaving the store, probably a month or two before I quit, there was a guy that had just bought a Russian bear dog puppy,
Ooh, yeah.
and he brought it in to like give it like its first bath and stuff like that.
Oh my
And
god, the grooming customers. Oh.
yeah, well, we had a self wash station too,
Oh
so
yeah, you did.
we'd have to clean up all the hair after that. But this puppy, this Russian bear dog puppy, was already pretty much as big as like a full grown boxer, just plus all the hair and stuff like that. And then, but now, like, I went there, probably another like month or two ago from this current moment, um, to like, go buy some crickets and stuff like that, like I do. And he came in again with that same Russian bear dog. Like, I guess it's pretty much a year later now, and
Yep.
it's
So
it's
damn
so big,
big.
but it's still not even full grown.
Mm-mm.
Like, it's still got at least another year of growth left.
Yep.
And but it's just like I'm like, oh my god, like, you're the guy with the Russian bear dog. Yes.
Yeah.
Like, and he's like, I remember you. It's like, you
It's a
used to
big
work with me.
baby.
Like, yep. Oh man. But
Yeah.
he told me, like, I think he told me he spent like $8,000 on that dog.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just
Did he
like,
have it imported
holy.
or something?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. He had it like imported from Russia. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, oh my god, but such a gorgeous dog.
Yeah.
And for, like, you guys might not know what a Russian bear dog looks like, and if you haven't looked it up, I'm gonna show you, because it's also called the Caucasian Shepherd. Um, but oh my goodness,
I will say the dog pet parents who like consistently really cared about their dogs were the Cane Corso owners.
that that's a perspective shot. She's obviously far back,
Yeah.
but she's right next to that one.
Yep.
Like, it's huge.
They're so big.
They are absolutely ginormous.
That's a
And
good
they
shot.
were bred to hunt bears.
Yep.
That's a perspective shot too. That's
Yeah.
a good one that shows
There
like
you
their
go.
actual size. So yes, they were bred to hunt bears. That's just insane.
Andy says, "Dear Lord." Yep. Like an extra fuzzy, like Newfoundland / Saint Bernard, like bigger,
Yeah.
but the very drooly breed.
Right. Yeah.
The amount
Like
of food
I
and so much poop. Yep.
like I think the Irish Wolfhound is still like technically taller than
Yeah.
these guys, but overall these guys are just much like larger.
More mass. Yeah. Oh my god, I want one, says Xanadu. I'll take 5.
He's just like, whoa, I want one.
That's the dog that everybody's afraid of, except for the white chick that goes puppy.
Yeah. Right. Everybody's scared of the dog except for the little bitty white girl.
Yep. Puppy.
And then the puppy's just like it's like the Monsters Incorporated,
Yeah.
with Sully and Boo.
My Great Danes are too small now. LO.
Those make Great Danes look like Chihuahuas.
Right. But yeah, no, consistently Cane Corso owners like always cared. They always like researched the brands for like ingredients and always like had a really good exercise routine, because you have to keep those dogs busy.
Yeah.
Always had a plethora of toys for them, and they knew that they were going to get destroyed, didn't complain.
I fully agree with you there. And I didn't even know that like a Cane Corso was a dog breed until I started working at Pet Supplies Plus. I had seen those dogs before and just like in my brain associated them as like an extra large pit bull.
Yeah, just like a larger bully or something. Yeah.
Yeah, like I didn't know it was like an actual like separate dog breed. But man, they are really, really cool.
Yeah.
And I think those are probably some of the best dogs out there overall, as far as like people that want a dog to be like a guard dog. Because they have the same sort of mentality like a pit bull, where they're like super loyal and super protective and also just like super friendly to the people they love. But they they're much larger, so they're just more intimidating. Plus, I actually heard a story from one of my customers that their house got broken into,
Uh-oh.
and the King Corso actually like tore into the guy breaking in. Nothing was stolen, but the house was a mess, and there was like obvious sign, like the door was broken in, and there was an obvious sign that there was a break in, and there was also blood. So it's like he drew blood on the
Mm.
person.
So, Danny, where can I get one? From Russia. You got to import
Yeah,
it from Russia.
and they cost $8,000.
Yeah. Oh yeah, doesn't Paul Saltero have like 3 of them? Cane Corsos? Or does he
I
have
don't know.
Danes? He has a big dog. I think they're
I'd take
Cane
a
Corsos.
wolfhound too. Yeah, wolfhounds are sweet.
Yeah. I like wolfhounds too.
I want a wolfhound chihuahua hybrid.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
The thing is, if you put the wolfhound chihuahua hybrid inside of a chihuahua, I guess you basically be turning a chihuahua into a kiwi bird.
right? Yeah, you would not be able to do that. Oh my god, that poor dog. It would have to be a male chihuahua with a female.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they would need a ladder.
Yes. Actually, at that point, it would probably just be insemination, but yeah.
Right, of course. Yeah.
Sorry.
In vitro.
Yeah, no, but I just my what do they call that? I'm thinking too real.
Oh.
Taking it literally. My literal brain kicked in. I'm
Yep.
sorry. I ruined the joke.
No, it's all
How
good.
how would that work? You take him to the vet. The vet um
How would that
has
work?
has happy after massage time with the dog, with the male dog, and then puts it in the female.
It would happen the same way that they make thoroughbred horses,
Yes.
by jacking them off.
Yep. He said the words that I didn't want to say. I follow a couple of vet techs on TikTok, and there's been a couple about that. It's like, so how do you have to like go in with a needle and like draw out the semen? They're like, no, I jerk off your dog. That's how it works with a step ladder.
Yep. Oh man, that's funny.
So I haven't actually shown her, but I have this little mannequin head. I originally got it because I thought I was gonna get into wigs. Back when I thought about getting a pixie cut and getting into wigs and all that. But it's just a plain styrofoam mannequin head, and it was weirding me out, so I put makeup on it to give it actual features. But now it just holds my headphones. But her name is Jolene. I took her down to hold my other headphone to swap headphones, and I didn't put her back up. And I'm like, I don't think I've ever actually shown Jolene on stream. This is Jolene.
Red Rocket, Red Rocket. And
Yep.
you know what's funny is I'm not sure if everybody that played the game actually associated this or not, but when you play Fallout 4, there's a couple different ones, but there's like the Red Rocket gas station, and when you find the first Red Rocket when you're leaving the
Lights out.
Stay lights out because we're doing a late night stream. But yeah, when you go to the first Red Rocket gas station after you leave the vault, that's where you find the dog whose name is Dogmeat. And so you find the dog at the Red Rocket.
Oh no. So what do you do for work? Well, I'm a vet tech. How was your shift today?
Well, I jacked off 3 dogs.
Yeah.
I put 2 cats down.
Oh.
But I did fix a bird with a broken wing.
Yeah. I thought about being a vet when I was young. Like that was one of my like, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a vet. I'm so glad I didn't. Oh my god.
Yep.
Nathan's sister's a vet tech, and oh my god, the stories I hear.
I think my brother talked about that. Like he kind of wanted for a while. He talked about like marine biology, and then he also
Mhm.
talked about being like a veterinarian or something like that. And then I think he actually learned about what was actually involved with that and kind of changed his mind and then decided to be like a pharmacist like my dad. Plus, he also kind of has a goal of, even though I'm not really sure how much he can really work towards that goal, being like a hospital pharmacist and stuff. But he'd like to, I don't know, find like a cure for like schizophrenia and stuff like that.
That's cool.
Yep.
Aw, Lady Diane,
Later,
I'm
Diane.
sorry.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we're doing extra late because there was that awesome fish fam auction,
The auction,
and
yep.
I thought about maybe doing a shorter show, but we've been having such a great one already that it's like, why cut it short?
Yeah, why cut it short?
I have to head to the house. I'll be back if y'all are still going. Well, we will be going for about another 23 minutes or so. We're gonna go until 11 Central Time. That would be midnight Eastern.
Sorry, closing all my tabs.
Yeah.
All my
Don't.
tabs from earlier talking about the beta pellets.
Yep.
Oh man.
But same with like the beta pellets and stuff like that. Like, there's some studies that say veganism is the way to go. And there's other studies that say that you can't actually get your body's proper nutrition by being strictly vegan. And then there's other people that say carnivore is the way to go. And then there's other studies that say you can't get all your body's nutrition by being strictly carnivore. And then there's all the people that just kind of eat whatever they want and stuff like that. And,
I
like
eat
me
whatever
too. I eat
I
pretty
eat
much whatever I
whatever I
want,
want.
and I don't eat what I don't want.
My coworker today, she was like, "Gina, what are we doing for lunch today? I'm hungry because like I didn't cook. We didn't meal prep last week, so I've been like really eating bad all week."
Yep.
and she's like, "What are we doing today?" I was like, "I don't know." And I just started listing off all of her favorite places, and she just stared at me. She's like, that was not helpful. I want all of those." I'm like, "Well, pick
Yeah.
one. Which one do you want? Do you want Cane's? Do you want Lion's Choice? Do you want Huck's Pizza? Do you want Subway?" And she's like, "God damn it. No, I want all of those." I'm like, "Well, you can only
Yeah.
pick one." We went
Right.
with pizza, which is a good thing because, like, between customers, we like go and grab and scarf down a slice and then go help the next
Yep.
person.
Yeah.
I'm an
I'm an om
nom
nom
nom.
nom nom.
Yep.
I like that one.
Literally, I got home early, and after I came back up with Kane from the basement, I sat down on the couch with some strawberry ice cream, eating ice
Yep.
cream.
hmm See, I am probably mostly carnivore, but I cannot stay away from pasta.
Oh,
I
I
love
should
my
show the shirt. Oh my
carbohydrates.
god, me too. I love bread and pasta.
Bread and pasta. I was at my friend's house that I go to like every Friday night yesterday, and they made fettuccine, and they make homemade like fettuccine Alfredo.
Mm.
And he makes it like every so often. It's kind of just like
It's a lot of
his
work.
thing. Yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's his thing. Is like the fettuccine, and oh man, the batch that he made this last time is just like even better than it's ever been. I think he said he changed it up just a little bit. He added just a touch of seasoning salt, and it's like, oh, it
Ooh.
just brought it to like a whole nother level.
Yep.
And I still have like a whole Tupperware full in my fridge, and I'm thinking about it hardcore right now.
Gotta eat
Once
it
the
before it goes
stream's
bad.
over, I'm gonna have some because
Yep.
it's so good,
I'm a
and it's even
snackivore.
better left over because it like gets thicker.
Yep. I'm a snackivore. I
Yep.
eat snacks
See, when I was
more.
younger, when I was a kid, I used to say I only eat one meal a day, and that's
Hmm.
all day.
Yep.
Because I would
All
just
day.
pretty much not stop eating. I'd just be snacking all day in between the meals, and then we'd have a meal, and then I'd just go right back to snacking on whatever else. And
You know, grazing, that is another method of dieting, is eating more frequent smaller meals because then your stomach's always working and you're always
right,
burning calories.
Exactly. And when
Yep.
I was younger, like, yeah, that's what I did. I was constantly grazing, constantly like outside doing whatever else, whether it be in winter, snow, like snowboarding and sledding and stuff like that, or in the summer and all the gardening and sports on the driveway and whatever else. I was always really active and just always grazing, and I was
Yeah,
in
that was
great shape.
our last diet that we were on. That's one thing that our trainer told us is, you don't have to take in like a ton of protein like you were saying earlier, because we don't need that much protein, but as long as you take in some kind of protein, some kind of level of protein at least every 3 hours, cuz it takes your stomach longer to break down protein, so your stomach's always working and burning calories while it's digesting. So,
Yep. Like
whether
there's
it be a
this
shake or, trail mix, whatever.
Yeah, there's actually this thing called rabbit poisoning, where it's like it's not you're not actually poisoning yourself, but rabbit is like such a lean meat
Mhm.
that if you were to eat nothing but rabbit for an extended period of time, you would just have too much protein versus anything else to where you would actually like get sick from it.
So we've been watching the show Alone, and I've talked about it a few times, I think, on here and on my own
Yeah.
streams. Um, yeah, a couple like 3 seasons ago, there was a guy who pretty early on actually killed a moose. Um, I think it was a moose. I'm pretty sure it was a
Nice.
moose, but that's a very lean animal too, not a lot of fat. And
Yep.
he actually got medically pulled during one of the med checks because he was severely underweight. He was starving even though he was eating every day, but that's because he was only eating protein and no fat. Like he
Yeah.
wasn't really foraging for like carbs and stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
they
yeah.
most of these fad diets and stuff just sit there and like, well, not so much nowadays, but you know 20 years ago the fad diets were always saying fat is terrible, no fat, don't eat any fat, and it's just
Mhm.
like that's actually bad for you. You do need like healthy fats and
Yeah.
things like that, certain levels of it, and
Your skin needs it, your hair needs it.
mhm,
Like, yeah.
yep,
Yeah.
yep. But I made like I had one of my customers that I was taking her some food, and she's like, "Hey, my husband just came back from the farm, and we're like clearing out the freezer and stuff like that. Did you want any more deer meat?" I'm like, "Hell yeah!" And so like I got more summer sausages and a bunch more bratwurst that I still have to make
Nice.
and all that stuff. But she actually gave me some just plain ground venison this time, and so today I made some deer tacos.
Mm.
Yeah, really really good.
Back when I worked at the cookie store, Nathan's dad one year had actually gotten 2 does, so they had a bunch of deer meat, and we took some of the ground deer meat because we didn't want to take any of their like their good cut stuff because he got it, but they just had so much, so they were like, take something, so we're like, yeah, we'll
Yeah,
take some ground meat. Um, I think it was for our Thanksgiving like thing at work. I brought chili and I made it with the deer meat, but I didn't tell one coworker because she's kind of a picky eater. Um, but she's fine with chili, but I knew if I said that it was deer meat in there, she wouldn't touch it. So I served it and I made sure there was no allergies, like it's nothing like that. But she's
right.
like, "Man, this is really good. What'd you put in here?" And I'm like, "I want to wait till you're done." She's like, "What does that mean?" I was like, "It's nothing out of the box, but I'm just
But it's Bambi.
it." Well, and then afterwards, I was like, "It's deer chili," and she goes, "I knew something was different. I can't believe I just ate Bambi's mom." And I was like, "But it was good, wasn't it?" She's like, "Yeah, you right. It was really good." I'm like, "But you wouldn't have touched it if I told you it was deer, right?"
Yep.
She's like, "Yeah, you right." I was like, "Yeah,
Yep.
I know."
Let's see. I was at one of my, well, she's still technically my customer, but she's my old coworker. Actually, I was at her house telling her about my customer that gave me a whole bunch of deer meat, and she started like making this face. I'm like, what? Like, it's like, I'm sorry. I just can't deal with that whole sort of thing. I'm like, really? Like, okay, well, I'm sorry. And she told me a story kind of similar to what you said. Her brother made like some awesome chili, and she was enjoying it at first, and then like halfway through it, they told her that it was deer meat, and she just started getting like super sick and all that stuff from it. She
Oh,
just
it
could.
got in her all in her head
It
about
got
it.
all in her head, and she just couldn't take it anymore, and she got like all sick from it and stuff.
Yeah. Now, if it'd be one thing if she was like vegan and sneaking meat to a vegan, but no, I mean, she would try other, like she's tried duck before. It was just,
Yep. No, I
yeah,
thought about doing that same sort of thing too, like because the friend that I go to on Fridays, yeah, he makes really good food, and she's basically like the Maryland Heights Snow White. So
yeah.
she feeds all the deer in her backyard, and like hummingbird feeders. And gosh, he was telling me about this one scene where the deer didn't eat like all the carrots, and there's like a couple like bold rabbits and squirrels. So there's actually this one time that they threw a bunch of carrots out, and there was deer and rabbits and squirrels all snacking on the carrots, all in this one little group, and it was like a Disney scene or whatever. I was like,
Aw.
that's amazing. But it's like I thought about, since I have all this deer meat in my freezer, like I'm just gonna bring some brats over or something sometime and just have her eat some, and just like, sorry, that's deer.
Yeah.
But I don't know if
Yeah.
she would eat deer or not. Like, because she is kind of the type where she's like, she understands like hunting
Mhm.
and things
The
like
ethics
that.
behind it, yeah.
Yeah. And like, I think she said she's eaten deer in the past or whatever, but yeah, she
Yeah.
hates it when I make jokes about how easy it would be to take out the deer in her backyard. So,
Oh, yeah, the ones that she's connected to. Yeah.
yep, she's names them all, and
Oh,
she recognizes them all. And every time they have babies, she names the babies. And
that's
but
cute.
the oldest deer that's been coming around like for the longest. Her name is Mama, and she's probably a great grandmother now. And but she will actually eat like stuff from our hands, and
Aw,
you can like scratch her nose and stuff like that.
cute.
The other ones are pretty bold, and they'll kind of come up and they'll eat like close enough to you. But yeah, she
Mhm.
will actually eat from your hand, and it's awesome.
Aw. I've seen people on like YouTube and stuff doing that with their deer in their backyard.
I think I actually
I've seen
shared
people do it with raccoons too.
a short of me doing that a long time ago.
I've seen people giving marshmallows, like big marshmallows, to raccoons. Like, here you go. You want a marshmallow? Here you go. Here you go.
Is this?
Or putting cat food out for raccoons. Lady Rorschach. Sorry, all had to step away. Still here. You're good. We know you're a busy lady.
No, that's not it. I'm trying to find the one where I was actually feeding her by hand.
We have bird feeders out in my backyard. That's about the extent.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
We had to get like the cage style with the pucks because the squirrels kept getting into any of them that had loose bird seed in it. The squirrels kept getting into it, and I just got tired of dealing with it. Oh, remember
There it
last year
is.
when I talked about a woodpecker pecking on my house? It was freaking back yesterday. It was pecking on the side of my freaking house, and it freaked me out. Oh, look at her. Oh, such a sweetie. Was that a graham cracker?
Yep.
Oh, no, 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 no. Such a cute baby.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah. She's pretty awesome. And let me tell you, if you're ever having like a rough day or whatever like that, go in there and just feeding the deer. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty soothing.
So does she have a
Like
call
our
for
fish
him?
tanks and stuff like that. No. They come around whenever they're hungry.
Oh, okay.
So
I
like
didn't.
there's like a big feeding time pretty much like in the morning and then in like the evening. But she'll pretty much have just random groups of different deer come into the yard throughout the day, and several different groups. Sometimes the same deer will come back multiple times a day as well.
Yeah. Boost cats, oh my god.
Had a raccoon, she gave him sugar cubes and then followed him down to the stream and laugh. Yeah,
Oh.
so
I've seen people do that with cotton
with
candy.
cotton candy, yeah, raccoons are they're notorious for being like dirty trash pandas, but they're actually quite intelligent and quite smart and quite clean. And
Mhm.
they will actually, if you give them food or anything like that, and there's water nearby, like they will use the water to like clean their food. And so yeah, I've seen people do like sugar cubes and cotton candy and stuff. And you hand the raccoon a piece of cotton candy, immediately puts it in the water, it dissolves, and it's just like,
Where where'd it go? But
what?
where is
Where'd it go?
it?
It's funny, but it's also like, what the hell? Why are you doing that to the poor raccoon? It was
Right.
so excited for that.
I hope you gave it another treat right after. I think that's why like the one lady who I follow, I think that's why she gives them marshmallows is cuz it's actually like a solid thing. It can get wet and they can still eat it.
Yep. I was raised on a lot of fat. Maybe it's because I'm Italian. Yeah.
Mm.
Yep. Italians definitely know how to work that fat into everything pretty much. And I
Oh
got
my
no
god.
complaints. But man,
I
like I noticed, like I'm sorry to
No,
kind
no,
of
you're good.
interrupt,
You're
but
good.
like when I was younger and stuff, I never really started gaining any sort of weight until my mom started buying all these like healthy products, like the baked chips versus the other chips, and the light sour cream versus the regular sour cream, and the fat-free ranch versus the regular. All of a sudden, she started buying this stuff, and I started like gaining weight, and pretty much everybody in my family started gaining weight.
Yeah, because your body goes into like what's called like not quite starvation mode, but you're like getting less fat intake, so it's like holding on to it because it's like, oh, there's less
Yep.
fat coming in. I gotta hold on to it.
Plus, there's all those artificial things that they pump into those to still make them taste really good,
Yep.
even though there's not as much fat in there. And like these artificial sugars and things like that, to where your body doesn't actually know how to process these things. And so it's just like, let me just kind of hold on to that over here, and I'm gonna put that over there, and because and any sugar that your body consumes, it has to convert it into glucose and actually in order to actually do anything with it. And so that's like when people are lactose intolerant, they're lacking the certain enzyme in their gut that will actually change the lactose into glucose so their body can accept it. And that's why they've invented that like lactate stuff. So they
Hmm.
add the enzyme so the lactose has already turned into glucose inside the milk, and that's why lactose intolerant people can drink it. But yeah, all these artificial things like so Diet Coke is like 10 times worse for you than like regular Coca Cola is. But
Johnny from Dan's Fish. Hello, hello. I couldn't gain weight until I started drinking a lot, and that's the other
yep,
thing. Everybody processes things differently,
yep.
so
But
yeah.
definitely drinking your calories is a big way to start gaining weight too. If you're drinking a lot of sodas or, like the alcoholics and stuff, they get the big gut. Some of that is the liver swelling up, but a lot of it too is just like you're drinking excessive amount of calories in like your beer or, even your liquor or whatever you're adding into your liquor.
So it's funny because I when James B talking about like when you said the Italians know how to deal like incorporate the fat and stuff, it reminded me of a TikTok that I saw. Apparently, Starbucks is starting to incorporate like olive oil into some of their drinks, and a lot of people have been complaining that it's been causing a lot of like bathroom incidences, like
Yep.
it
It
and
lubricates your gut.
exactly. Somebody stitched it and reacted. Italian man of Italian descent reacted. He's like, Yeah, olive oil has been used as a natural laxatives by Italians for centuries. Yeah, it lubricates your insides so everything comes out smoother or it loosens things up. And also, coffee is just a diuretic. Like that makes you
Yep.
poop. So, yeah, of course it would make you poop.
Yeah. I mean, that's what some people like. There's a whole even story about like, I can't have my poop for before my coffee or whatever. You know,
Yeah.
like you take your coffee and then you get your morning poop.
And
Like,
then you get your morning poop. Yeah.
yep,
Yeah, when Kane when he was really young and we didn't know what he could have and he couldn't have, that was one thing that we would add to his formula was olive oil. To one,
yep.
add calories, and two, to keep them regular.
I wonder if that's why my parents let me have coffee when I was 2 years old.
Maybe.
It was always decaf, but yeah, I've been drinking coffee for 31 years and I'm only 33.
There was a stint where Kane was up all night and like sleeping all day at school, and I thought about giving him a little bit of coffee before he went to school, just to be like, "Wake up, kid." He's 12, guys. He's not little. He's like 12. But anyway,
Coconut oil in their coffee. Yeah, I
yeah,
tried that
coconut oil.
too. Um, I think the olive oil in the coffee was actually a question that they asked on the KC court, and
Mhm.
I think I tried to participate in that one, but I couldn't get in on the call list or whatever. But yeah, I don't think I would want to drink that because I just don't like the taste of olive oil in anything,
And
and all I maybe because of how much milk and stuff that they use in their drinks anyway, the olive oil would actually like mix in properly. But I always just think about the simplest science experiment that you do with like 4 year olds where you mix oil and
and
water
water,
and you
yeah.
see them separate.
That
So
was my thought too when I saw that. I was like, "Ew, they're putting oil in there. Doesn't that separate? Like, what? You just get a
yeah,
mouthful of oil? Like,
and I
ew."
mean, I tried to do that stuff with with like full spectrum like cannabis oil and things like that too, adding some of that to coffee. Or I've heard of people adding a little bit of butter to coffee too.
Mhm.
And I've tried that, and it's like, but still, it all separates because it's
Yeah.
not the same uh, density.
You have to
And
like constantly be stirring it right
so yeah,
before
it's
you
like
drink it.
constantly stir it right before you drink it, or you just get a mouthful of oil because it's just sitting there and filming on the top.
Coffee creamer is mostly oil, so I guess is it? What the frick?
It depends on which coffee creamer you get, but yeah, it's like hydrogenated oil or something like that or whatever. But yeah, unless you're getting specific like types of coffee creamer, most of the time, yeah, they're non-dairy coffee creamers that are made with various types of like oils and things like that.
That makes sense.
I used to feed pet gopher while it lived in my bag. Oh yeah,
Oh.
I never did that on purpose, but yeah, we had a couple of gophers and stuff that would really screw up our garden some years.
When I worked at my first Petco, there was a lady who had a pet prairie dog, and she would go. It sucked for her because I don't know why, but like both at my first store and my last store, there was a lot of small dogs. A lot of customers with small dogs, so she would come in and try to find like the small, or like the 2X or the extra small dog clothes to put on them, and she couldn't because they would sell so fast because everybody had small dogs. Um, so we started like sneaking them to the side, like putting some aside for her. She'd come in like once a month or once every couple months, and anytime we had new clothes come in, we'd like put some aside for her. He was so cute. He just you had no idea until she pulled him out of her purse.
Speaking of, small animals and clothes, apparently the average cat wears the size 2T in like toddler shirts and stuff
Mhm.
like that. So if you ever need to put a shirt on your cat or something, you have to just get a 2T from the toddler kids section.
There you go.
Um, But
Thrift
this
store.
comment with the coffee creamer is mostly oil. It got me remembering something else that I heard. Um, so they talked about it on the KC court as well. Would you try toilet paper moonshine? So apparently, toilet paper is mostly cellulose, which
Hmm.
is like a like fat sugar basically sort of thing. So a scientist guy that is on like TikTok and things like that apparently took toilet paper and converted the cellulose in it into glucose and then used that like as a mash to make moonshine out of, and then
Oh.
like drank it or whatever. And so that was the question of the day, like, would you try toilet paper moonshine? And
I
it's
mean,
like, I guess I'd be willing to try it. I mean, we're not talking
right.
about like used toilet paper or anything like that.
Obviously. Um, huh, that's interesting.
But yeah, like I wonder what sort of flavor it would have through like the distillation process and things like that. Because I've been watching lots of different videos about like distilling, and the one of the main things that they all talk about is like you got the heads, the hearts, and the tails. So like when you first start distilling, you get these really like not good flavors, and then after a certain point, you start to get the good flavors, what they call the hearts of the distillation process. And then after so long, when you're getting to like the bottom, where it's like mostly mash and stuff like that, you start to get bad flavors again, and they call that the tails.
Hmm.
And so the best distillers are trying to find that perfect sweet spot. And so, yeah, throughout the distillation process, you end up losing probably 30 to 40% of your overall liquid, but you get a lot of different flavors out of there.
Right.
FYI, I totally tried TB moonshine.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. If he's, converting it back to glucose, I don't, why not?
Yeah,
Not that moonshine is safe to drink anyway. Like,
I
why
just do
not?
wonder, like, if it would have like any sort of flavor at all, or if it would just taste like
Tastes
rubbing
like paper.
alcohol.
Tastes like paper.
Yeah, it might. I mean, it might have a. Oh no, toilet paper isn't actually paper. So I was
Right.
just saying it might have a woody flavor, but no, it wouldn't because it's not made out of wood.
It tastes like how toilet paper smells.
I'm not smelling toilet paper, so I don't know what toilet paper smells
You
like.
know what? Don't judge me.
I guess the only time I might have even accidentally smelled toilet paper is when I was gonna like blow my nose into toilet paper versus a Kleenex because I didn't have any Kleenex available.
You
But
open the pack. You open the pack of
but
toilet paper and the smell comes up.
yeah,
Like a bag of chips.
like a bag of chips.
It's like a bag
Okay.
of chips. You open it up and you take a whiff.
Yep. Carbon can convert to almost anything with the right process. Exactly. Yep. Speaking of carbon converting to anything, this stream is converting to an end here.
Do you think two ply and Charmin would taste different? Yeah. Different sources, different.
And see, that's the thing I wonder as well is with I'm not I'm sure not every toilet paper company makes their toilet paper out of the exact same thing.
Right.
So I would almost guarantee that like Charmin would taste a little bit differently than like Cottonelle would taste a little bit differently than that super cheap 2-ply you get at the gas station.
Or like the dollar store or something,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
So
and then you got the toilet paper that has the scented rolls, which I'm
yeah.
sure would leach the scent into the paper, which
What about the ones
ladies
with
don't use those.
aloe? Now
Yeah.
see, if it was actual aloe, that'd probably be good. Because I mean, in theory, so tequila is made with agave, which is a type of giant succulent, which is actually when you look at how it grows very similar and looks almost like an aloe plant. And I've heard of
Hmm.
people even making alcohol out of aloe, and aloe is super versatile. Man, I could do a whole live stream about aloe itself and all the different things that you can do with aloe.
I need to repot my aloe plant. It's way overdue.
But that's all about aloe is gonna have to be on another night because we have been going long enough. We started
I
late
guess.
because of the live stream, and I'm pretty tired. And well, not just tired, I also want to eat some of that fettuccine.
You're hungry. You're getting hangry.
Yep. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the late episode of Fish and Friends. And next week, I have plans with a friend. She rented out a movie theater. We're gonna watch the new Super Mario movie,
Ooh.
and the movie starts at 6 p.m. and we traditionally stream at 8 p.m. Central Time. So
Yeah, I'd
I
be cutting it
I'm
close.
I'm gonna try to do a live stream next week. We may start like a half hour to an hour late again. Um, but I do want to live stream next week. I hate missing out on my live streams and things like that. Even when I'm going to do other things, it's these live streams are like it's a great end to my week to come out and vent about lots of different things and
Yeah.
hang out with all you awesome people. So expect to stream next week, but we're probably going to start a little bit late again. Don't stream, stay and have fun. Stay and have fun. What's going to be happen after the movie? We're just going to go home. So I'm going to go home, and I'm going to tell you guys about how awesome the movie was and spoil it all for you.
My coworker saw it. Yep, and she's like, "Have you seen it yet?" I was like, "No." She's like, "You should. It's so good."
I heard it has made massive sales. So it's been doing really, really good, even though the critics hate it. But the critics seem to love all these stupid movies that everybody else thinks is stupid. So screw the critics.
Yep.
We'll see you all next week. Have a great one. Gina, what do you like to say?
Bye.
Bye. So long, and thanks for the fish.